visiting with third-year offensive coordinator Jack Wright. First off, congratulations on win number 4 on the season. We stay unbeaten. 525 yards of total offense tonight. I believe you said it's the first time you've eclipsed 500 since you've been here. How'd you do it?
Well, I think the main thing you have to look at when just glancing at the statistics right after the game is anytime you can rush for 283 yards, you control the line of scrimmage. And I think that's where the credit has to go. The offensive line did a great job. And that includes our tight end, Jamal Mosley, in that. Those 6 guys are really doing some good work. And our fullback, Jeremy Carson, that group is really doing a great job of getting us a push up front and letting our backs, who are making some good cuts, get a little room and get started.
At this point in the season, would you have thought that you'd be averaging more on the ground than through the air? Because that's 3 straight games now with 200 yards rushing. Talk about that, and if that is more your mindset now to keep the ball on the ground and just pound it away.
Well, we're always going to just take advantage of what the defense gives us. Tonight we felt like those outside linebackers were really doing a good job of playing the pass, and so that opened up some lanes inside. And sometimes we feel like when they went, to certain coverages, we felt like we could be able to throw the football. So our approach is always just going to take what they give us. You have an idea what you're going into the game looking for, but that always changes. So you have to be able to take advantage of what they give you.
I'll touch a little bit more on that. I talked with Miles White earlier today, interviewed him after the game. I happened to be in the film session when he was talking about that he saw some things on the wide receiver spot that he could exploit, and obviously he did that tonight, third 100-yard game out of his 4. What was it on film that you guys saw that you knew you could exploit? I mean, 283 yards rushing is a season high. If you were to go back a few years, that's probably a record in the last few years. But talk about that and what you might have seen on film to really exploit that.
Well, I think it just comes back to running the ball. We felt like we could establish the run, and that would make them make some decisions on how they wanted to defend our passing game. And there were a couple of things we looked for and found it. But it comes down to execution. It really does. There's nothing that we do as coaches that wins or loses football games. The quarterback our Brent Osborne made an accurate pass to Miles a couple of times, and he made the play. And that's the way it's always going to be. Those players are going to be the ones that make plays.
You've kind of been a little two-headed monster, really, at the running back spot with Calvin Malone and Jay Jones, but you also got a DJ McChristian back there. Several others that can run the football. That's just a position that when you came into this season, did you think that was going to be one of the spots that you're really going to improve on to be running the football?
Well, Calvin's back from last year. He had a solid end of the season last year. The last 4 or 5 games he played really well. That's where we really struggled last year, especially early in the season, finding a good solid running back. Did not have really any expectation from Jay Jones or DJ McChristian. Knew those guys had a lot of talent, but that's the thing about junior college. You really don't know what to expect from a guy until the lights come on and the band starts playing. But those guys have really met expectations and exceeded expectations. Calvin is having a good year, and he's continuing to get in better shape. But if you look at it, all those guys are running the football because we're blocking.
All right.
It's really a tribute to the offensive line, how well they're doing it. You have so many guys getting high averages on their yards per carry, then somebody's up front is doing their job.
Coach, you go over 500 yards for the first time since you've been here. Congratulations on that. Again, props to your offensive line, and just all around a great game from the offense and defense. Held them under 280 yards for the game. Most importantly, 4-0 on the season, 2-0 in the division. Go on the road next week and come back here for a few games. Again, congratulations on the win, and look forward to seeing you play next week.
Thank you. It was a great team win, offense, defense, special teams. Took all 3 phases, played well, and the North Division sure is tough, and it's not going to get any easier.